Tonight on UCentral News, more details on the Kansas City shooting and an update on those who were injured. A message to the Swifties was posted last night. What did it say and who responded? UCO's softball team competed against UCentral today. UCentral's Ian Nickel has the highlights.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Georgia Jones. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
More than 30 people have been injured and one is dead following the Kansas City shooting. The University Health Medical Center received 8 patients following the shooting. Dr. Mark Steele gave an update this morning about the patients' conditions.
I'm very pleased to report that of the 8 gunshot wound victims that were received, 5 of those were dismissed from the emergency department last evening. 3 individuals remain in the hospital. 1 is in stable condition. The other 2 were admitted in critical condition. They remain in critical condition in our ICU.
The victims range in age from 8 to 47 years old, with over half the victims being children. One person is confirmed dead and has been identified as Lisa Lopez Galvan, a 43-year-old DJ.
We're very happy to say that we didn't have any deaths in the hospital. Unfortunately, there was 1 death from this event, but those that were critically ill were able to get to us in a timely, efficient manner so that we could provide care to them.
Quentin Lewis, mayor of Kansas City, says that while there are gun violence challenges in the community, it will not stop Kansas City from having major events in the future.
I do think that there is a gun violence challenge in this community and many others, and there certainly is a gun violence challenge as it relates to major events. That, however, does not mean that Kansas City will stop having major events. We will do all we can to make sure people are safe.
Kansas City is set to have a St. Patrick's Parade next month and more in the future.
A congressional committee has voted in favor of presidential candidate Nikki Haley getting Secret Service protection. The Republican presidential candidate requested the added security amid threats she says she is facing. The final decision is in the hands of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Haley would get a protective deal as soon as next week when approved. There have been 2 reported swatting incidents at Haley's South Carolina home in recent months.
Today, the White House confirmed that Russia has a new anti-satellite weapon. White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby has clarified that the weapon is not operational.
I am limited by how much I can share about the specific nature of the threat. I can confirm that it is related to an anti-satellite capability that Russia is developing. I want to be clear about a couple of things right off the bat. First, this is not an active capability that's been deployed. And though Russia's pursuit of this particular capability is troubling, there is no immediate threat to anyone's safety. We are not talking about a weapon that can be used to attack human beings or cause physical destruction here on Earth. That said, we've been closely monitoring this Russian activity, and we will continue to take it very seriously.
The other U.S. officials are consulting with allies about this new technology. And if you've been outside at all today, it is unseasonably warm this time of year for Oklahoma, especially in February.
Yeah, it's an interesting weather. We had the ice storms just a couple years ago around this time, and now it's 60 degrees and sunny. And yeah, we'll hear more from Gwyneth Duncan with the weather.
Good afternoon, Broncos. As we look outside today, like she said, it is mostly sunny and it is 60 degrees. So it's feeling really nice outside, especially since those winds aren't as high as they were the past couple of days. They're sitting at northeast 7 miles per hour, so we aren't feeling it as bad as we were on Valentine's Day, where it was coming in as high as 30 miles per hour. We do have humidity today at 59%, and it does feel like 60 degrees out. As we jump into our weather headlines, we're looking at a cold front moving in Friday night into Saturday, and our temperatures are going to become warmer next week. So after that cold front hits, we're going to be seeing more 70-degree weather, so it'll feel a lot nicer. These next couple of days, we're going to have clear skies with high winds outside, and we will have a few below freezing nights just due to that cold front that will be moving in. And that's all I have for you guys right now. I'll have your 7-day forecast and much more later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Gwyneth. Even though in some parts of the country it hardly feels like spring, we've now entered spring's peak home buying and selling season. Mortgage rates are again moving higher, triggering a drop in demand for home loans. Applications to buy a house fell 2% last week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. The average interest rate on a 30-year fixed loan rose to 6.7% in the last week, when 1 year ago it was 6.3%.
Earlier this week, OKCPD, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, and the Department of Homeland Security executed a prostitution sting along South Robinson Avenue in OKC that arrested 62 men for offering to engage in prostitution. According to police, 3 firearms were seized, a small amount of narcotics, and 55 vehicles were also impounded during the operation.
On February 8th, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education invited students to the Capitol to talk with legislators. Sorry about that. Looks like the monitor went out. About the importance of higher education. UCentral's Hannah Wager has more.
Last week, the Oklahoma State Capitol hosted Higher Education Day, a day giving students from across Oklahoma the opportunity to come down to this Capitol and talk with legislators about the higher education here in Oklahoma.
This year, 7 UCO students were chosen to accompany a handful of staff to represent UCO for Higher Education Day.
We got the opportunity to talk with the legislators, and it's one thing to hear about our university, but it's another thing to talk to students and get to put a face to our university.
UCO students also had a few opportunities to talk with legislators, including at private meetings, around the Capitol, and even at Breakfast with Broncos, a new UCO-hosted event this year.
It was just a great opportunity to express what UCO means to me, how it's made an impact on my life, and how I also want to encourage others to pursue higher education.
Attendees were also able to explore the Capitol and connect with students from other colleges and universities across the state.
So I think it's important for students to be engaged in this capacity that we are here today, because this is where a lot of the decisions that are made that are affecting us as students and affecting our education.
They're not only advocating for themselves, but for the future and their generation. And so I think it's just really important that we continue to encourage that as UCO and as the state of Oklahoma with higher education.
The Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education also host Oklahoma Promise Day, which will be in April of this year. For UCentral News, I'm Hannah Wager.
Thanks for that, Hannah. UCO's Max Chambers Library hosted an exhibition today telling the story of Juneteenth. Researcher Philip Tolbert's exhibit showcases the story of the day that slaves were declared free. Tolbert is known for creating informative displays and programs exploring African-American inventors, wisdom, and advocates for freedom and Black Wall Street. A reception followed the presentation, and the Juneteenth exhibit will be on display until March 1st.
This week, UCO celebrated the 115th anniversary of the NAACP. UCentral's Shanice Hopkins has more.
February 12th marks the 150th anniversary of the creation of NAACP, one of the largest civil rights organizations in America. UCO celebrates this achievement with NAACP Week, honoring the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. As seen on their Instagram, students were invited to a week of events organized by the UCO chapter, including a game night, day of community service, and more. First Vice President Phoebe Hilliard reflects on the importance of NAACP Week.
My favorite part of NAACP Week so far is building the community around campus and seeing new faces along with old ones, along with just having a good time within my community.
Reflecting on the significance of community, Second Vice President and Event Coordinator Ambrielle Miles shares her thoughts.
NAACP is all about helping Black and Brown people thrive within their communities, and as your Second Vice President for UCO NAACP, I've had numerous opportunities to help Black students on campus elevate.
In line with the celebration of NAACP, UCO reaffirms its commitment to honoring Black History Month. Reporting from the University of Central Oklahoma, Shanice Hopkins.
Thanks so much, Denise. And yeah, UCO has been offering a lot of events to celebrate Black History Month, so I would highly encourage people to go out and learn some history and educate yourselves a little bit.
Absolutely, but if you do plan on doing that, you might want to take a look at the weather outside. Coming up after the break, Gwyneth Duncan will have our first look at weather.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit? Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, Broncos. Looking outside once again, we're looking at that mostly sunny sky with those 60-degree temperatures. We don't really have high winds out today, so it's feeling pretty nice outside, especially since that sun is out. As we go into across the state, we're having a pretty big variety of temperatures. Down in McAllister, we're looking at 71 degrees, so it's pretty warm down there. But then as we look up in Guyman and up at this side of the state, we're looking at pretty cool temperatures out there, so it's just depending on where you are in the state today. As we go into tonight, we are looking at a low of 44 degrees with those partly cloudy skies. We're having east winds at 6 miles per hour, but then at midnight it's going to change to southwest winds remaining at 6 miles per hour. So we are going to feel that change in wind direction tonight. As we go throughout the state, once again, a big variety of temperatures. In this side of the state, we have 30s and 40s, and then in this side of the state, we're looking at 50s. And so it's a really big variety. As we go and look at our weather headlines, we're having a cold front moving in Friday night into Saturday, and then temperatures are going to become warmer next week, so we'll definitely feel that. And we are planning on having clear skies with high winds, but we will have a few below freezing nights just due to that cold front that is going to be moving in. As we look into tomorrow, we're having 40s, and then we're going to be having 60s and 50s over at this side of the state. We are going to have a chance of rain up in Miami, about 40%, but the rest of the state is looking pretty dry tomorrow, so we aren't really going to see that. As we go into our Edmond forecast at 7 a.m., we're looking at 43 degrees. It's going to be slightly cloudy in the morning, and then as we hit noon, it's going to start becoming more windy, and we are going to see those clouds move in, so you won't see the sun as much as we go into the afternoon. At 7 p.m., it's going to be 40 degrees, and we are going to have partly cloudy skies at night. And then as we look at our 7-day forecast, we're seeing those 70-degree weather come in Tuesday and Wednesday next week. But we are also seeing 26 degrees and 28 degrees the next couple of days at nighttime. So it's going to get pretty cold at night, and then we'll be hit with the higher temperatures those next couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to be able to get out in the weather and just be in the sun. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, while looking at it, it's Oklahoma weather. It's going cold then warm, so the plans will change, but I'm probably going to be staying in this weekend.
It's that roller coaster temperature, you
Yeah.
know, but yeah, definitely tomorrow. Might want to put the shorts away. I've been wearing shorts the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
and it's been nice, but yeah, definitely trying to break out the sweatpants and
Yeah.
jeans again.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that, Gwyneth. Coming up at social media, an artist announced a tour this morning.
And the Met Gala will have a new host. Destiny Pittman will have your social media rundown after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole. You got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Hi, I'm Destiny Pittman, and I'm here to give you your social media rundown. This morning, Kanye West sent a message to Taylor Swift fans. A fan posted a tweet urging Swifties to stream Beyonce's new single, Texas Hold'em, to get it to #1 on the Billboard music charts. This was so that Kanye West's new music could not chart at #1. After seeing the tweet, West posted to his Instagram saying, "Taylor Swift fans, I am not your enemy. I am not your friend either, though." Along with this, he said his newest album is about triumph and that this past year has been a difficult time for him and his loved ones. And today, Jennifer Lopez made an exciting announcement. The singer revealed that she will be going on tour this summer. Her This Is Me tour will kick off in Orlando, Florida on June 26th, and tickets go on sale Tuesday at 9 a.m. This tour announcement comes along with the release of her upcoming album, This Is Me Now. This will be her first album in over a decade, and she says rekindling her relationship with her husband, Ben Affleck, has inspired this new album. And this year, the Met Gala committee chair will see some new faces. This year, Jennifer Lopez, Zendaya, and Bad Bunny will serve as the co-chairs. Oh, and Chris Hemsworth will serve as the co-chairs for this event. All have attended the event multiple times, with Zendaya being a fan favorite most years. This event will take place on the first Monday in May, and this year's theme is Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion, and it is meant to honor the fragile garments at the Costume Institute. And along with the co-chair announcement, Zendaya is also trending on X Day because of her newest outfit. Zendaya was seen sporting the shiny robotic-like costume at the Dune Part 2 movie premiere. This outfit is an archive Mugler robot suit, and X users are loving it, with one saying, "Zendaya is giving us serve after serve on this Dune press tour." And today, Drake released a new music video, and it's trending at #1 on YouTube. The video for his song Rich Baby Daddy was released. Rappers Sexy Red and SZA are both featured in the song and on the music video. The video is a mockumentary type video and follows Sexy Red through her pregnancy. And I know I'm excited to hear the news about the Met Gala. I love seeing Zendaya at the Met Gala. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh, I am a huge fan of the outfits. Every year I go on YouTube and I watch reviews of all of the celebrities and all their popular outfits. It's my favorite part.
Yeah,
honestly.
absolutely. The Met Gala is a big viewing event for lots of people, and I'm personally not one of them. I'm more into the sports side, but you know, it's still a great viewing event. So thank you for that, Destiny. Coming up in sports, UCentral's Ian Nickel has an update on Broncos softball.
We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Ian Nickel, and I'm live from Jerry Pinkson Stadium, where your UCO Broncos softball team came off a dominating win just a couple hours ago against the East Central Tigers 7-1. I caught up with Taryn Ritz and Riley Lemus after the game. Check it out here. Taryn Ritz and Riley Lemus, congrats on the big win against East Central today. Talk about your grand slam that kind of propelled the Broncos to victory.
Yeah, we were up 1-0. My team got us bases loaded, and then Riley was up battling 3-2 for quite a while, and she extended the inning, which was really well, and then I needed to step up for my team, and that's what I did.
Yeah, it was a great hit down the right field line over here right behind us. Just a fantastic hit. And you, Taryn, you had a home run as well as pitching 3 innings with 5 strikeouts. Talk about filling in that Shohei Ohtani role where you're being a hitter and a pitcher at the same time.
For me, I enjoy doing both. It's fun to go out and compete in the circle, but also at the plate. And so I try and just compete for my team in any way that I can. And I felt like I stepped up and led the team today in the circle and at the plate.
Mm-hmm. You guys are back here again tomorrow. You guys are now 5-4 on the season. Talk about how you had that rough start in Louisiana and then the loss against OC. Talk about getting back to 5-4, getting above 500, and playing your brand of softball.
So Houston or Louisiana. That was disappointing for us because we know exactly how good we can be and that we're a very competitive team. So that was disappointing, but getting back home and then showing everyone what we can really do is awesome.
Oh, I mean, when we got back from Louisiana, we just put our heads down and got to work. We knew what we're capable of, and I think that we're starting to come along, and we're really building momentum, and it's going to carry us all the way through season.
Mm.
You guys are now playing. This was the first of 5 games in 4 days. Talk about having to play those doubleheaders and getting back on a schedule where you're not playing for several months, and now you're back to doing 4 games in 2 days or 5 games in 4 days.
I think Coach White really helps us with that. Once we get back in January, we put our heads down, like I said, and get to work, and it's competing every single day. And so I think a lot of us we love the game so much, it's just trying to get out there and play. So,
yeah, and like she said, Coach White prepares us for that. So, and then having teammates around us that support us and love on us is just great too. Makes it fun.
All right, Broncos softball will be back in action tomorrow against Arkansas Tech at 1 p.m. Not only are they at home this weekend, almost every Broncos sport is. UCO basketball will be playing against Washburn at 1:30 and 3:30 on Saturday. And your UCO Bronco undefeated baseball team will be playing Oklahoma Christian Saturday at 3 p.m. as well. And guys, that's all the time I have for you today. Hope you go catch out some Broncos sports this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that, Ian. Phenomenal report, and I'm glad to see that the softball team's starting to get on the up and up after that rough season. And like he mentioned, lots of Broncos sports going on this weekend, so be sure to go catch one.
Absolutely. I think my boyfriend and I are planning on going to the OU-UCO hockey game, so that should be fun.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up, UCentral's Kelly Clayton got an in-depth look at the Purina Dog Food Factory in Edmond.
And Gwyneth will have your last look at weather when we return.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Edmond residents continue to support small farms and big dreams at the local farmers market. UCentral's Ethan Sunkton got an in-depth look at what it is about.
The Edmond Farmers Market gathers every Saturday at the Senior Center at Mitch Park.
So this is our indoor winter market. It's an extension of our outdoor farmers market. We bring indoors starting in November every year, and we run through March. And we've still got a full offering of seasonal vegetables, baked goods, cheeses, handmade crafts, all the same stuff that we have at the outdoor market, just a few less vendors because of the indoor space.
Some of the vendors prepare months or even years to showcase their product.
So for us, as a 100% grass-fed beef operation, preparation from getting an animal from birth to package is at least 3 years, sometimes longer, depending on the animal.
The farmers market is a great place for Oklahoma residents to come see local vendors. The market hosts about 20 to 30 vendors every weekend, and even more when the outdoor season starts in April.
So this market, the Edmond Farmers Market, we're 100% Oklahoma grown, made, and manufactured. So the only vendors that we have here are ones that are actually local vendors.
Some of the items showcased included knives, lollipops, honey, and wine, among many more. Some vendors have attended for many years because of the relationships they have built and the community they have discovered.
So what I enjoy most about coming to the farmers market is the community that I have here. There's a lot of people that come week after week to support us. Sometimes they're purchasing, sometimes they're just here to chat.
From Edmond, I'm Ethan Sunkin, UCentral News.
Thank you so much for that, Ethan. And we are starting to wind down, but we're going to get one more last look at weather with Gwyneth Duncan. Gwyneth, how's it looking?
Thank you. And looking at our forecast tomorrow, throughout the day, we're just going to be in the high 40s, and then we are having those clouds move in. It's going to be quite windy near the afternoon, but that's about it for tomorrow. That's all I have for you guys for today's show, so back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that, Gwyneth. And again, like we talked about a little bit earlier on, that weather's starting to cool down again, starting to actually feel like this time of year, winter.
Yeah, starting to actually be February temperatures.
Absolutely. Spring is coming up next month, so definitely going to have to watch out for that. Again, it's Oklahoma. You just don't know how that weather is going to change.
You never know.
That is unfortunately all the time we have for today. For now, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Georgia Jones. Have a great evening.
Thank you for joining us.